I'm gonna do a quick beard trim. Getting a little bit longer than I would like. I think I'm gonna take off about an inch. I'll tilt my head back. That'll give the slight angle that'll kind of mirror my sideburn angle. Keep that symmetry coming down. I have a very specific beard shape that I like, and that's kind of straight across the bottom, but with this curve that I have on the sides. So I will style my beard the way I want it and then trim it. If you don't have a specific style that you're looking for and you just want it shorter, then I don't tend to recommend styling it first, because styling it really elongates the hairs. And so after you wash it, it'll end up shorter than you kind of think. So I know that in advance, and I'm just gonna go for the length that I'm looking for styled. And I know once I wash it, everything will kind of shrink back up. But as I style it back to the way I want it, it will kind of elongate back to the length that I'm looking for. So I'm gonna come in with my round brush from underneath on the sides. On the front, I'll go from underneath, but I'll make sure that I don't quite roll it over, so that keeps those front ends straight, and the same thing on the side. Then I usually come down from the front and just kind of straighten everything out. The key for me is making sure everything is in its place before I trim it. And that would just make for an easier trim. So that's my general shape. And again, I think right around here. If it's shorter, it's no big deal. My hair grows pretty quick. And it's not like I'm taking myself down to no beard. So somewhere around here. And then I won't go up past the edges. That'll give that roundness on the sides, but that kind of flat shelf across the bottom. Just got my trimmer. I'll start in the middle and go back, and then I'll start working out to the ends. I will be looking past the phone into the mirror so I can keep myself straight. And again, head tilted slightly back. So I don't plan to get everything the first passes. Just go slow, take your time. So that's where we're at right now. Still wanna kind of trim it up a little bit more. Notice this side's a little bit longer. Don't chase perfection though. As you style your beard, you can manipulate it. So as it kind of looks like it V's right here, once I widen out my jawline, like that's almost right where I want it to be. So that gives me that roundness in the jaw, but with that flat edge. And for me, this is about the length that I want to keep, especially with My mustache kind of being the focal point of my beard. Once my beard gets too long, especially with wearing suits and ties, it blocks the tie and it starts to take away from that overall aesthetic that I'm looking for. Comb the underside back. So if you're not sure if that's where you want to stop, I always say give it a day, maybe 2 or 3. Give it a wash and a restyle, and then reevaluate. If it's easier to do that, then you took too much off, you're not happy with it, and now you're, a month or 2 months from getting back to where you kind of were or want to be. For me, this is easy. This is easy maintenance that I think any beardsman really should be able to do, just to chop off, a 1/2 inch and get it back to the shape you want. If I was trying to come in and do some sculpting, I don't know, I would try and find a barber that kind of specializes in beards to do that. But to chop off 1 inch off the bottom, I don't think I need anybody for that. I said, don't try and do it all in one pass. Try and go for a couple passes, comb through. I found that that's the easiest way to keep yourself from going and doing too much or cutting an angle that you don't want. So there we go. The other thing I like about trimming is that all your hairs don't grow at the same rate, and they all grow differently. Like, so the ones down on the bottom are not growing as fast as the ones, or aren't as long as the ones that are up here on your cheek. But trimming it down, so now these ones up here are coming all the way down to the bottom of my beard. So that's giving a much more full presentation. As you grow, as you start to grow, if you don't cut off, then the ones down here are not as long as the ones up at the top. So this just gives, for me, a much more full beard presentation where I've got 0 transparency, I've got a full beard, and it's the shape that I want. So don't be scared to do your trims. And no one would know unless I told them that I just lopped off an inch of beard. Let me know what you think. If you like this content, like and subscribe. Have a great day.